Jai Gurudev students. Now welcome in this GK class. Now today I am going to teach you GK. Okay. Hope you all are safe staying at home, and I am also missing you so much because you are my students and I am your class teacher. And today I am not teaching you science. Today I am teaching you GK. Okay. So let's see that what is given in the GK book. I am having this book. I think you are also must be having your GK book. So chapter means unit 1 contain nature. This unit 1 is about the nature, and under unit 1 they have given 4 chapters. So first today we will do start with the first chapter, which is called nature. Chapter number 1 is about nature. Okay, so about nature, here they have given in the form of fill in the blanks. They have given 8 8 sentences they have given related to the nature. First sentence is regarding the green mufflers. What are the green mufflers? Green mufflers. Students, these green mufflers are the plants which are growing on the roadside or near the railway tracks to control the pollution from dust or any kind of pollutants. Understand? So that's why they act as mufflers, just like we also use muffler to cover our ears or our head during the winter season to protect us from those cold conditions. In the same way, this green muffler is prepared by the growing of those green plants. Okay, so that that area can be protected from pollutants or from dust. So second point or second blank is given about the green audit. In this they have written that it is a kind of inspection of companies. Means this is also related to the environment. Here some companies are working for the environmental issues to control pollution, or we can say they are checking the products or processes which are going near the environmental near that some areas or environment, and they check that whether any process is favoring the environment or any process or anything is disturbing the environment. Okay, so about the environmental issues, this green audit is done every year by some companies, and this is about green audit. Okay, they check the processes, they check the products or their factories which are nearby that area in that particular city, and then they decide that whether those companies or those processes are beneficial for the environment or not. So third is related to eco-mark. Eco-mark, you know that every mark is given by the government, just like egg mark. You must have seen on some food products they use egg mark or ISI mark. Means these all are the marks of purity, or we can say standard. Those products which are of standard things, those marks can be found on that products. In the same way, eco mark is also given to those products which are eco-friendly. Understand? This is a kind of mark which is given on those products by the government which are eco-friendly. If any material is not eco-friendly like polythene or plastics, these are not eco-friendly, so eco mark can't be given to those products. Understand? So third is eco mark, and fourth one is about the Kyoto Protocol. Protocol means any rule and regulations, and here they have talk about the Kyoto Protocol, means this is a kind of rule or regulation which is controlled by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climatic Conditions. Means due to climatic changes, if anything happening wrong, then this organization is continuously checking those activities which are harmful for the environment. Okay, and they made this Kyoto Protocol. Under this, they check the climatic conditions or those harmful activities so that they can control global warming. Okay, to control the global warming, this protocol is made. Kyoto Protocol. Okay, and after Kyoto Protocol, fifth one is Agenda 21. Here is also, this is related to the United Nations, and United Nations control the environmental activities, or we can say that this environmental development means if we say that how to improve in the environmental conditions, then we can stop polluting those burning activities, or we can stop pollution by the use of some harmful chemicals, or we can stop pollution by the use of non-polluting vehicles. So these all the activities are coming under this Agenda 21. Understand? This Agenda 21, they first started in the Brazil in 1992. So here they have given about this Agenda 21. This chapter is related with the nature. So nature is all about the environment. How we can, because nowadays environmental issues are the big issues. You know that everybody is talking about the pollution, environmental pollution, soil pollution, water pollution. So how we can control them? Different countries or organizations, they work on these issues. Okay, and after this, sixth one is World Environment Day. You know that when we celebrate the World Environment Day, 5th June, in this month, on 5th June, people celebrated World Environment Day. In this day, government organization and some local bodies also, they made aware the people that how to control those activities which may harm directly or indirectly to our environment. Okay, so this is sixth point is related to the World Environment Day, and here you can fill World Environment Day. Okay, and after this sixth one, your seventh sentence is given about the Biosphere Reserve. Okay, Biosphere Reserve is an area in which some special varieties are found. Means that area is declared as biosphere reserve, in which some important kind of species of animals or plants can be found. Okay, so that area is regarded as a biosphere reserve. Means government declare the area as biosphere reserve. Biosphere reserve, in which some genetically different, or we can say some those varieties can be found in these areas which are not found anywhere in the world. Okay, so that area is considered as biosphere reserve, and there all those species are getting protection, and human activities are not permitted there. Okay, and after this, last line of or last sentence of this chapter is related to the biodiversity hotspot. You know that biodiversity hotspot means that region in which any of the species or any of the variety of animals or plants are present here which are now in the condition of danger. And danger means which can be disappear in the coming years. Understand? So those species are present in some particular area. Those species are called endangered species, and that area is called as, or we can say government gave the name of that area is a biodiversity hotspot. Okay, so this is a biodiversity hotspot. Okay, so this is about the first chapter, nature. You just see the video and fill in your books and learn them. If you want to do practice in notebook, you can do practice in the notebook. Otherwise, you can learn from the book only. Okay, so after this second chapter, we will start, which is related to the animals which are famous animals, or we can say those animals are totally different or important because of some reasons. Okay, because of their size or because of their existence, they are different from other animals. So second chapter is related to the chapter number 2 is related to the wild animals in news, means which are famous and always we can see them in the news. Wild animals in news. Okay, in this first animal they have written the giant panda. Giant panda, you know, this is the important member of the bear family. Okay, and this animal is also regarded as endangered animal, means their variety is now left very less, and in the coming years or after the 20 years or 30 years or 50 years, they can be disappear if we not protect them or if we not give any kind of conservation and protection. Okay, so this first animal name is the giant panda. Because of their endangered condition, they are always coming in the news. And second is Indus River dolphin. This Indus River dolphin is a kind of dolphin or variety of dolphin which is regarded as the Indian aquatic animal. Okay, national aquatic animal, or its name is Indus River dolphin. This Indus River dolphin is a famous animal, water animal, which is called aquatic animal, and Government of India declared this animal as the national aquatic animal. You know that which is the national animal of our country? Tiger. Okay, tiger is a national animal of our country, land animal, but this is the national aquatic animal, means national water animal of our country. So that's why it is important for us. And third one is Gambusia. Gambusia is a kind of variety of fish. Children, you know that mosquito larvae always grow on the surface of water. Okay, and after the larva stage, mosquito always lay egg in that water, stagnant water, where water is staying at one place, just like in ponds or ditches in the rainy season. So in that water, always if we put this Gambusia fish, then it can eat up all the mosquito larvae, and we can easily control malaria disease, because you know with the by mosquitoes malaria can easily spread. So malaria can be controlled by the use of this Gambusia fish. Okay, so that's why this variety of fish is important, because it is used in pest control. Understand? So what is its name? Its name is Gambusia. Gambusia. And fourth one is blue whale. You know that all of you know about the blue whale. It is the largest aquatic animal ever we can see, or ever existed on the earth. So this is a common thing. I can't explain so much about this, because you all know about the blue whale. It is the largest aquatic animal on the earth. And fifth one is about rhesus monkey. This is also very important. Rhesus monkey, it is a name of antigen. Okay, this is not a name of monkey. It is a name of antigen which doctors or scientists they discovered in the variety of monkeys. Okay, antigens, you know that antigens are present in our blood, and they are present in the form of negative or positive strain. Or you can see now, sometime we can say that our blood group is B positive. So positive, what is that positive? Positive is a RH factor, which is called rhesus factor. Okay, so this is related to that blood, or we can say RH factor, rhesus monkeys. Okay, and these strains which are called RH factors, this is present in, these are the antigens which are present in our blood, and they can decide, these antigens can decide that whether our blood group is positive or negative. Okay, our blood groups are of mainly three kind, or on the basis of these RH factor, we can say that our blood group are of two kind only. One is positive, second is negative. So it can be O positive, O negative, A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, or AB positive, AB negative. Understand? So these are the rhesus monkey antigens. They given in this one. Now sixth one are the weaver birds. These are also common birds. You must have studied in your junior classes about the weaver birds. You know that, children, these weaver birds also weave their nest just like the weavers. Weavers, who are the weavers? Which make clothes, or which weave the clothes, or by the use of thread they make cloth. Okay, and these weaver birds, it is our sixth number. These weaver birds build their nest by weaving them. If you see their art, you will also astonished, or you will also surprised that how they are weaving. We also can't do that work. Okay, so these birds are very special kind of birds which can weave their nest, and with the help of their finches. Finches means their beak, chonch. Okay, and after this, seventh one is about chiru antelope. You know that in class 7th we have studied about this. Have you heard about this fiber to fabric chapter? We have studied about this chiru antelope. From chiru antelope, which is found in the Tibet region, and this is the main important animal because from this chiru antelope we get very high quality and very expensive wool. Okay, but nowadays because people continuously they used to kill these chiru antelopes to get more and more wool. So government now ban for the use of that particular kind of wool, that is called shahtush wool, I think. Shahtush is a kind of product or wool we get from chiru antelope. Okay, so here they have given a blank for chiru, and nowadays shahtush material nobody can be used, because if this shahtush is sold in the market, then what will happen? People kill this chiru antelope. So their varieties also now become very less because people killed many members of this variety. So this is about the chiru antelopes. And last 8 sentence of this chapter is given about olive ridley turtle. Here olive ridley turtle, it is a specific kind of turtle which is one of the 7 species of sea turtle. Here they have written, and found on the coast of Odisha in India, and has been declared as endangered by IUCN, International United that Union of Council of that national organization, and this organization declared this olive ridley turtle as endangered species. Means it is nowadays also it is found near the coast of Odisha, they have written here, but it is regarded as endangered because their numbers are very less now. But if we not save them, if we not conserve them in their natural habitat, then they may be disappear from the earth after many years. Okay, so this is 8th one is about, in blank you fill, olive ridley Olive Ridley turtle. Okay, Olive Ridley turtle. So this is all about the second chapter, and here in the amazing fact they have written about the cheetah. You know that cheetah is a very fast runner, and it can run. Here they have written speed also, that it can reach speed between 112 and 120 kilometer per hour. You know that our car or our bike can also can't be run at this speed. Okay, and this animal is a fastest runner, we can say, and it can cover 120 kilometers in 1 hour. Okay, so it is not extinct from India, but still are found in the savannas of East Africa. You know that its cheetah variety is totally vanished from our India. Previously they were also present in India, but nowadays they are extinct. Extinct means totally they vanish or totally disappear from the India, but they are still present on the earth in other part of the world. Okay, so children, for today these two chapters I have explained you. You just fill them in the book and learn them. Okay, so next time we will do next chapters, 3rd and 4th of this unit. Okay, so stay safe and Jai Gurudev.